Okay, so Bill Clinton's deposition just finished a little while ago, and I've gone through everything that he said that's publicly available, and I'm going to break it down alongside everything that we already know. Testifying under subpoena, Bill Clinton denied any knowledge of Epstein's criminal activities. He said he did nothing wrong and he saw nothing. However, he did admit to knowing both Epstein and Maxwell, confirming that the relationship began in the late 90s and ended in 2003, and that timeline is backed up by photos, flight logs, and documented meetings. Clinton said the relationship was tied to foundation work and international charitable initiatives. He maintains that he never saw anything illegal, and he also pointed out that he cut contact in 2003. That's 5 years before Epstein's 2008 conviction, and from a legal standpoint, deniability becomes much harder after that conviction. But here's where I struggle with that. Epstein's trafficking operation was active in the late 90s and early 2000s, and that overlaps with the period that Clinton was socially associating with him and flying on his plane. And while there's no evidence that Clinton was ever charged, accused, or directly implicated, many witnesses over the years have said that everyone knew or at least heard things about Epstein. And my second issue is the flights, because the records show that Clinton took at least 17 to 27 trips on Epstein's private jet, a plane openly referred to as Lolita Express, and that level of proximity is not insignificant. Now, it is also fair and important to acknowledge this. To date, no Epstein survivor has publicly accused Bill Clinton of abuse in connection with Epstein or his trafficking network. The unsealed documents reference him, but there are no direct allegations of criminal misconduct against him. So that's what we're working with right now, documented proximity, but no victim allegations and no charges. And those two things can be true at once. I'm not saying he's guilty, but I'm also not satisfied with the I knew nothing route that everyone in this case seems to be taking, because when the proximity is that close, the explanation needs to be a little bit more detailed than that. And at this point, that line is sounding less like a coincidence and more like a culture. So that's what Bill Clinton had to say for himself. It doesn't prove guilt, but it also doesn't erase the questions, and I still have a few of those.